Hey folks, Lemonade here, and today we have a battle of the most expensive hunks of glass used for gaming on the market. Pulsar's new SuperGlide pad versus the SkyPAD 3.0. Is SkyPAD in trouble? Which one is really better? Let's find out right after this. Small disclaimer, Pulsar did send me this mousepad for free for review, but that will never change the outcome of any review on the channel. If you are seeing this as early as Pulsar is. Also, if you decide you do like this video at some point, don't forget to like and sub down below. It does help the channel out a lot. Thanks. Let's knock out the specs here real quick, folks. I'm going to put those up right here for you. Now, real quick, I want to touch on pricing here. While yes, this SkyPAD is more money in both sizes, if after watching the video you decide you want a SkyPAD, please use a coupon code to save yourself a few bucks. That makes the pricing a little closer to Pulsar. You can use code SALZY, Viscose, Focus, or Baranox to support a few good people I respect and get 10% off. Okay, with that out of the way, I know why everyone is here. Which one's the winner? Which one's better? Just give me the quick answer. It's a Pulsar SuperGlide pad. It is the clear winner, but it's a bit more nuanced than you may think. So let's start off with what they have in common. They're both obviously made of glass, they're both heavy and do not move on your desk, and they both essentially have the same level of speed and stopping power. And the differences: the surface, the base, the sound, the sizing, and the price. The surface itself at first glance looks about the same, but you will notice more of a shimmer on the glass etching on the SuperGlide here. Does it translate to the Glide feeling different? Yes, but again, it's subtle. The SuperGlide just feels a touch smoother on its glide, more noticeable on some skates like the stock Finalmouse or the BTLs on my X2 over here. It maybe aids in a little more control or stickiness, but again, this isn't vastly different in performance, and the slight variation between the two you could adjust to almost immediately. And I tested across various different mice, as you see my collection with different skates, and I made sure both of these were very clean in between each one so I could eliminate any discrepancies. Now the base itself on this SkyPAD uses 4 silicone feet on the corners, and while yes, this holds it perfectly fine on the desk, there are 2 small issues with this design. First, there is a little flex in the center of the pad because, well, there's no foot here. And secondly, this design leaves a little bit of a gap between the glass pad and your desk, which does make the SkyPAD a little bit louder, as there's just more room for sound to bounce in between this area. Now, if you watch my SkyPAD review, both of these issues weren't even brought up, well, because I just flat out didn't notice it, or more importantly, it didn't really affect me day to day while gaming. But I had seen mention online and in the comment section of that video, so when I got the SuperGlide pad, I was just curious to see how this new base solution would work out. And they nailed the implementation. Pulsar decided to opt in for a full sheet of silicone on the bottom of this with grooves cut into it for what I'm assuming aids in removing it off a desk, but also allows for some airflow to reduce heat buildup. By the way, in terms of humidity, there really wasn't any difference between the two. Gaming on hours on both of them felt exactly the same. I wrist aim, so I'm generally in the same spot on a pad, and moisture would build up without a sleeve regardless of which one. But back to the base itself, this does mean that there is 0 flexing in the center of the pad if you're particularly heavy handed, and because it's a denser amount of material underneath, it does help dampen the sound of the pad. Take a listen. And as you heard, it's not like a night and day difference here, but the solution in general is just more well thought out on Pulsar's. Okay, so that leaves pricing and the size. This one's more clear cut. You just get more pad for the money with the SuperGlide, but depends on how much that matters to you. Vertically, you do gain on the SuperGlide, where you get another 20 millimeters on the XL version and another 30 millimeters on the smaller size. Width-wise, you do lose 10 millimeters versus the XL SkyPAD, but on the smaller size of both, you actually gain 70 millimeters of width over the SkyPAD Small. So obviously, if you want the small size of the SuperGlide, it's a huge advantage to purchase from Pulsar, plus you save the most amount of money that way. On the XL, they're much closer in sizing, so if you prefer a little bit more vertical room, the SuperGlide will have you covered. Okay, so let's summarize here. The SuperGlide gives you slightly smoother surface, a full silicone base to avoid any flexing, it dampens the sound, and lastly, larger sizes for a cheaper price. So should you drop your SkyPAD for it? No. If you own one of these, just keep it. It's still a fantastic mousepad, and the subtle gains here aren't really worth jumping ship. That is, unless the flexing on the SkyPAD was a bother or the sizing difference is going to help you. On the flip side, what if you've never owned a glass mousepad? And then I just have to say Pulsar is the way to go. It's a more well-rounded product for less money. Flat out, this is the choice. But does that make SkyPAD obsolete? Are they no more? Not really. SkyPAD has been an integral part of the PCAIM community and has supported many teams and creators over the years. They also have unique limited drops like the UK AIM or AIM Labs collabs, and recently their store design, which was a big hit. When you purchase with the code, you can help support your favorite org or content creators. And while Pulsar is a small company compared to, let's say, Razer, SkyPAD on the other hand is a tiny business when compared to Pulsar. And supporting small business is great, especially for competition's sake. And on that note, folks, all my socials are down below, along with any affiliate links and discount codes. If you had a good time with me today, likes and subs are always appreciated. Leave a comment down below, let me know your thoughts. But until that next Fresh Screws video, stay thirsty, folks.